away from Romy. So you guys, if everybody wants to go ahead and mute their audio so we don't pick up any background noise. And I'm so glad, Romy, that on that first PowerPoint that your rank is on there, because I cannot keep up with you. I did not know what your rank was. I thought, oh, there it is, 6A11-5. That is unbelievable. Wow. We are so excited for you and so blessed and thankful that you're taking time with Team Gessner here tonight. We are really honored and blessed to have you on here. And I'm going to just let you go ahead and share your story. And if anybody has questions, you know what, let me pop up the chat. So there is, hopefully, you should see down along the bottom an option there, an icon for the chat. So I'm going to open that up, and that way, if you have any questions, you can either unmute yourself or type them in there, and we'll make sure we get your questions answered. But I'm going to let Romy go ahead and share his amazing Kangen journey.
Let me have a minute. I'm going to get my pointer so I could move the slides. Okay. I forgot to connect it.
Okay. So we have Ron, Gladys, Romy, Bruce, Pat, Mitch, and Cheryl. I think that's who's on here. I don't think I missed anybody. So excited. Oh, the magic of success. I like the sounds of it.
Okay. Now it's on. Okay, I got it.
Got it? Okay.
Yes.
Well, we're ready to rock and roll, Romy.
Okay, it's 9:10. You want me to go on up to what time?
Does everybody have, what are you thinking, an hour?
10 o'clock?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. I have like over 300 something slides, and depending on how long I deliver this training in different places, I just stop at the slide when the time runs out. And usually I probably am covering about 20-30% of my total slides.
Oh my goodness. Well, then we'll call this part 1, and then you can come back and do part 2 and part 3.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna go on. For those of you who don't know me, this is my wife. My 2 sons, they're both 6As. My 3 grandchildren. Okay, when I started the Kangen business in 2005, I was so broke. My wife lost her job at the hospital, so we had no income. We were about to lose our house, and this became like a saving thing for us, the Kangen business. So from being broke, a few years later, many of the people that joined me, out of the first 100, we were building like big businesses. You could see Cynthia right there on my right side, and Eli and them. Actually, Cynthia just came back from Hong Kong, meeting with Mr. Oshiro. And I just found out yesterday that our goal of doing 20,000 units in 1 month, we're getting closer. We did like 16,000 last month of March. And I'm on my 11th year actually. And I remember when I started 11 years ago, I just wanted to sell my first 100 machines, and it just grew and grew and grew. Okay, so what happened to me actually was the first 3 months, I became a 6A on my first 3 months. This was 2005. And I would say the reason I was able to do that was before joining Enagic, I've been doing network marketing for 20 years prior to Enagic. I was 28 years old when I was introduced to network marketing. I was working in New York City, and from understanding the potential in this industry, I decided I would quit my job. So when I was 29 years old, I quit my job. That was 1984. And I just ventured into network marketing. So I'm 61 now. I've been doing network marketing for over 30 something years.
Wow.
Okay, so the first 20 years I was with different companies, and the last 11 years I'm with Enagic. So what enabled me to become a 6A in 3 months right away was from the previous companies. I learned how to do presentations, how to do prospecting. I have met people in different companies. I have kept their names and phone numbers. And when I joined Enagic, I just kept called everybody that I can call. So I was doing demo every single day. Okay, and sure enough, 90 days, 3 months, I had the group sale of 100, and I became a 6A. By the end of the 6th month, my genealogy showed that my group has grown to over 300 people. And by the end of the first year, my group was doing over 500 machines per month. By the second year, I was doing like 1,000 machines per month. Last month, like I said, between Cynthia and myself and the rest of my group, my group have done over 11,000 units.
Oh my goodness, Romy.
In 1 month.
And you said
and it has grown all over the world, you know. The Mexicans started buying, we opened Mexico. In the United States, we had 4 offices. We added more offices. As the group grows, as the company grows, we opened we opened Dallas, we opened Orlando, in addition to the existing 4 offices. We opened Canada, and then Europe, and then the different countries in Asia, and then Australia. We just kept on opening offices, you know. Today we have 24 offices around the world, and we keep on growing. I've been traveling this past year, this whole year, just doing trainings all over the world. We just had a training here in New Jersey last week, and hundreds of people came. And then last week I was in San Diego. There were over 400 people at the training. Previous to that, I was in Las Vegas, and then before that, I've been all over. That's all I do now. Is like I do trainings wherever they invite me. Okay, now is there a secret, or is it just hard work? Actually, in my training, I say there is a secret. For instance, this picture was taken in Okinawa last month at the convention in Japan, and I was the last speaker at the training. And when I went on the stage, I tried to see who built the fastest among the crowd that was there. And apparently, this guy, his name is Matthew, he became a 6A in 11 days. I thought I was quick for 3 months. You know?
Wow.
He did in 11 days. And he became a 6A2, 6A2-2, 6A2-3 in 11 months. 11 days, he became a 6A-3 in 11 months. He picked up his title incentive, and he keeps on going. So there are secrets in building this business, and I'm going to share some of them, okay? It would have been easier if I could just like download it from my brain and upload it into you with a memory stick, but it doesn't work that way. But all these top people in the company, and even in other companies, there is something in them that enables them to really build and succeed. It's a habit. It's the subconscious. It's like it's there. Okay, and I'm gonna share with you some of those. Number one, you begin with the destination. That's what I do when I approach a person about our opportunity, about our product. Okay, by destination I mean you start with the end. For instance, when it comes to your health, or when it comes to your financial status. I mean, what do you really, really want your life to be 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years, 20 years from now? Do you want to be healthy? Do you want to be wealthy? Okay. So I'm able to impart that to the person I'm talking to. For instance, in my case, I'm 61 years old. The picture you're seeing here, we went on vacation 2 months ago in the Philippines. And in this island, my two sons, they're 35 and 36 years old. We went on a cliff. It's like a 30-foot jump to the ocean, to the water from a cliff. They jump, I jump too. It hurt my butt, but but I'm saying is I'm still healthy to be able to do all these things, you know. I could still go around paddling on a kayak, on a boat, all day long, like for hours. And I would say I'm able to do that because I feel healthy, because I've been drinking the Kangen water for 11 years now, you know. I used to have gout. I had that for like almost 20 years before Kangen. And before I'm not able to drink wine. I'm not able to eat a whole lot of food. Like even potato chips would trigger my gout, you know. And a lot of those food that I could not eat before, once I started drinking the Kangen water and my body normalized, I'm able to eat them again. Okay, I could drink wine now. Of course, we drink a lot of Kangen water, but now, say if it's somebody's birthday or on occasions, you know, I could drink wine and beer now, which I was not able to do before. So my body normalized because of the Kangen water. So if you could show to other people that they can grow old, if you can paint a picture in their head that they will grow old, healthy, that will be their destination. If they have this Kangen machine, then they'll want to own the machine and they want to drink, you know. So health. And the second is like wealth. Like I said, 11 years ago, I was so broke. Today, this is where we live. Okay, my wife and I. And this is because of the Kangen business. This is beautiful. You can see here this beautiful ocean. In fact, next week, the boat company will deliver our boat and park it in the marina, and we can go boating out here in the ocean. Right now, I only have a kayak that I go on the water too. But by next week, we have a speedboat.
Wow, that's awesome, Romy.
It's because of the Kangen business, you know. This is where I work. This is where I'm sitting actually right now. It's just that it's dark. It's evening, but that's the view from my computer during the day. Okay, but it's facing backward. You can see this is inside my bedroom, which is also my office, and I have a little gym here. I mean, it's a huge bedroom in the house. Now, what happened was when I had this house about 3 years ago, many of the people that I've been trying to recruit into the business years ago that didn't join me, I call them, I invite them to the house. Now they come and they join and they say, I should have joined you years ago, Romy. They could not believe what happened to me because of this Kangen business. It's getting easier and easier to recruit people and sell the machine when they come to my house. So what I did was last year in the Philippines, okay, we have a lot of groups in the Philippines also. I built a similar house in the Philippines where people could come, different distributor groups could come, and they see the opportunity we have in this Kangen business. And that's me, that's my mom, my 3 sisters, you know, and that's the house I built last year in the Philippines because of the Kangen business.
Wow. Beautiful.
It has 8 bedroom, 10 bathroom, 3 kitchen. It has a banquet area at the back. I could gather 100 people comfortably and have a Kangen meeting, training right at the back of the house, you know. And now different groups of Kangen distributors go there just to see the house and do some meetings. It became a showroom for the Enagic distributors in the Philippines now, my house there. And like I said, if you are able to paint a picture in their mind that they can have a healthy and wealthy lifestyle by joining us in Enagic, they would join. Okay, that's my experience. The more success we're able to show, it's getting easier and easier to sell the machine and bring people into the business. So right from the beginning, even when I did not have the story yet of my own, I tell the story of my upline. Okay, so I would say you can tell the story of your upline or your upline's uplines or all the way up. You can tell my story. I've been running around Asia, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and a lot of people are approaching me there and say, Romy, I joined the business because I heard your story. Okay. So my story is like being told by a lot of people around the world, and they're able to get other people into the business. Okay. Now, sometimes every now and then I found distributors who say, I just want to help people. I'm not interested in money. Okay. I would say this is good only if you purchase the machine and you want the water for yourself. But I would say if you want to be a distributor and really build an organization, this should not be the mindset. Okay. So these are just for customers. Sometimes there are subconscious self-limiting beliefs that contradicts our real intention, and it has to be cleared. Okay. For instance, there are some people who don't want to talk about money. Money is important. For instance, my mom, this is my mom. She's healthy. I gave her a machine 10, 11 years ago, and now she's healthy. She's happy. At one point, she had a quadruple bypass surgery, and I needed money because in the Philippines, most people do not have insurance, you know. And because of our Kangen business, we were able to like pay for her hospital bills. My youngest sister, I have three sisters, those three sisters. My youngest sister also had an open heart surgery. They had to replace the bulb inside her heart. And today my sister tells me she's very grateful, she's very thankful that he said, Brother Romy, like if it were not for you, I don't know what to do, you know. So I was able to pay for the hospital bills, to fix that heart problem, that open heart surgery. And she's telling me it's her second life, and it's because of like what we were able to do. I was able to pay for the hospital bills because of our Kangen business. So money is important. Many of my nieces and nephews who cannot afford college, we pay for their tuition. Several of them graduated already, and then more are going to school. So far, I was able to donate funds to build 4 churches in the Philippines. And it feels so good to be able to do this. I love doing this. Last January, I went home to the Philippines. There's a school of ministry where there are 40 students studying to become priests, like pastors, you know. And I was able to help that institution also. I mean, to pledge like monthly funds to help them out. Okay, and I'm telling you, it's good to have money in this business. So sometimes people would ask me, or I would ask people, do you want me to teach you how to make hundreds of thousands or to make millions of dollars in an actual meeting? And they would tell me, no, teach us how to make millions. I actually say that for most people, you don't need more training. You need more doing of what you already know. Okay, so to make 100,000, you just have to do what you already know. Now, there are some people who don't want to make millions. They're the billionaires. Okay, but we should really goal or aim high. I learned that from a long time ago. Because if you shoot for the moon, you might hit a tree. If you shoot for the tree, you'll probably hit the ground. Okay, so aim high. I remember when I was young, I wasn't making much in my sales business. I was doing real estate, but at the back of my wall, I have a big picture that says my first million. I'm already shooting for my first million even when I was young. Okay, and it's important to know that, or to want that, because your subconscious mind starts to work it out and give you the different ideas on how to really get it. Okay, you move into the direction of your desire. So it's important you know what you really want. So to make 100,000, just do it. These are the basics in making 100,000. Number one is prospecting. You make a list of names with phone numbers and email addresses, and you call those people. So if you don't have your yellow pad or a notebook that have list of names, that's your doorway to your future organization. Without a list of names, you have no door. So that's a very basic. Make a list of names, and you learn how to approach them, how to call them, how to invite them to come to the meeting. Second thing you have to master is the selling process. How do you do a demonstration? Now you can even just go to kangendemo.com and follow the procedure on how to do the demo. Then recruiting. Now recruiting, people wants to join you if they know that you know where you're going. Okay, there's this guru, Eric Ward. He talks about posture. Okay, you should be able to portray that image where you know where you're going, so they would follow you. And then you have to learn how to motivate your group, like what Rhonda is doing right now. This video conference. Okay, she's motivating the group. And then you also have to master replacing people who have stopped working, because network marketing is like a revolving door in a building. People are coming in, people are going out, and if more people are going out than people coming in, eventually the building will be empty. Okay, so you have to be recruiting people more and more. You cannot just stop the recruiting part, or replacing those who have quit. Okay, now, like I said, I would not be able to play all the slides, and I think I'm gonna end up sometime this year designing a whole day training. It will actually become a 2-day training eventually. Okay, but you might want to follow this website or get more training. I have videos. My videos are on this website, giantdreamers.com. You will find many videos here. Even Tamiya Cologne's training, I have it on this website, giantdreamers.com. Another website you can follow and get some training is verderateam.com. My son Jason actually designed this website, and it will ask you for the password is kangenwater95. Okay, so this is a very good training website. It teaches you the basics of the business, the paperwork, the compensation plan. It has all kinds of videos that you could watch inside, okay, and it's free. Also, you might want to follow me on Facebook. Facebook only allows 5,000 friends, and I reached that limit a long time ago. So people who want to friend me, they become followers. I think you have to click follow. But I can see that I have close to like 4,000 followers now. It's growing every day because people are sharing what I have been posting on Facebook, and people like wants to be my friend, but you can become a follower. Okay. Secret number 2, to make millions. I'm going to share with you some form of transformative knowledge. Okay. Transformative knowledge, for instance, I tell the story of this huge factory where all of a sudden the factory stopped and the manager called the engineer. The engineer walked in, looked around, and find like a screw or a bolt, and he turned it on, and the whole factory ran again. See, sometimes there's something like that inside us that holds us in our success. Okay, so hopefully this training, I'll be able to turn on some of that screw that will make you work and succeed. Okay, now see that green part of this pie. There are things that you know. Okay, and the red part are the things that you know that you don't know. That's why you attend and go to the trainings, because you want to know that area that you don't know. But I would say when it comes to really making a whole lot of money and building a big organization and being on the top rank of Enagic, there are things that most people don't know that they don't even know. Okay, and I want to share you some of those. Now, many of the top distributors are probably not even aware of that. So most of the training we get are basics, okay? But what makes them super successful is deep inside their subconscious. They're like habits that they just do, okay? And I want to be able to share that, okay? And those become like a blind spot that if you don't know, you won't be able to use it. For instance, your mind is a system. Your body is a system also. You should be able to use that. And let me clarify that, okay? Okay. I rebuild in Okinawa. You might want to go to my Facebook and watch this video. It's a 20-minute video. I reveal one of the most important secret in succeeding, and that is in your subconscious mind. Okay, for instance, everything that you learned, that you experience, that you know, are archived or like in the memory in your subconscious mind. When you tell your subconscious mind a goal or an object or a desire, the subconscious mind starts to work on it, okay? And gets all the information inside you that could be used to make you successful. For instance, when you watch, for instance, a movie, like these different fantasy movies, X-Men, Mighty Thor, Cinderella, those are really subconscious desires of human beings to be super successful, to have superpower. And we watch those movies because it connects with something inside of us, okay? And how many of you, I sometimes ask in my training, how many of you have heard of Elon Musk, for instance? You have heard of Elon Musk, Rhonda?
No.
No? Okay. Let me. He's like the Einstein of our, of our life right now. Okay. He's the closest real Iron Man. In fact, the movie Iron Man by Robert Downey, he had to interview Elon Musk and get how he feels, how he thinks, to be able to play the role of Iron Man. Okay, and here's the story. He used to be in Africa, and he didn't want to be in the military. So at a young age, he went to Canada, and then went to America. He's about in his 50s right now. And when he went to America, the internet in the 90s was starting. As a young kid, he wanted to succeed. He didn't have enough money even to rent an apartment, but he wanted to be in business. So instead of renting an apartment, he rented an office and lived in the office, slept in the couch, him and his brother, to start their internet business. Anyway, he ended up writing this software we now use called PayPal.
Oh,
So you know PayPal,
yes.
okay? So that PayPal became the world's method of paying each other, and I wasn't sure if it's Google who purchased it, but he earned $180 million out of it. He could have retired and just living in an island. He's still young, but he didn't do that. Okay, I'm talking about success because this is what we want to be able to do in Enagic. Okay, and this is a pattern. Okay, so what he did, he invested with $180 million into 3 different businesses and start all over again. One is he knew what he wants. He wants a world that is clean, green. He doesn't like oil. Okay, he doesn't like pollution. So he's now the provider of the biggest solar company in the world. Okay, and he invested 10 million out of his $180 million. And then he also wanted cars that runs on electricity. And not like the way we use oil and create pollution. So he put $70 million in a company called Tesla, battery operated car. Okay, $70 million. And then he wanted another business, the outer space business. And it became the SpaceX. He put in $100 million in this company. He went to Russia, asked the Russians to build him a space, a rocket ship, and they just laugh at him. They said, with $100 million, you only have one shot of launching a rocket ship, and if it failed, you lose your 100 million. Okay, so he came back to America. He studied everything, and he's very intelligent. He's a genius. He built it himself. I mean, hired the right people and bought the parts that's needed to create it, and he was able to launch. It failed. He launched it a second time. It failed again. He launched it a third time. It failed again. He was interviewed and he was asked, I mean, don't you think after 3 tries of launching a rocket and it failed, maybe you should quit? And he said, no, I don't quit. Okay. I mean, I'm saying this because there are people in Enagic who, after finding 3 friends who would not buy, they quit.
Yeah.
This guy had 3 rocket launches that failed, and he went for the 4th one, and that was his gamble, and he's gonna lose everything if it didn't work. It worked on the 4th. And the US government now, after the 4th one that worked, paid him $1.7 billion to bring some instrument into their space shuttle. Okay, NASA, the US government.
Wow.
And then he got more contract. He's now worth about $13 billion. Okay, this guy, Elon Musk. Okay, so what I'm saying is, what we're trying to do in Enagic, go to 682, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, is much, much simpler than what this guy is doing. And inside us, we have the supercomputer in our head. God had put that in there so that we could achieve a whole lot more. Okay, so we have the ability, the capacity to dream, to set goals, to pursue our happiness. You know, to be part of this Enagic dream, to spread this Kangen water into the whole world. Mr. Oshiro set the goal of doing 20,000. I remember when I started years ago, we just wanted to do 5,000 machines. It took us several years to hit 5,000 machines. And then Mr. Oshiro raised the goal to 10,000 units. We hit 10,000 units. And then he shoots for 20,000. It's getting faster and faster. We hit 16,000 last month. I'm telling you, it's like And I could see, for instance, as the company builds. I mean, I'm fortunate to have been there in all this building when we started, and as the company grows, my check grows. It's like it's like unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
I could see having a $250,000 month with this thing by the time we hit 20,000 units, I think.
Wow.
Uh, anyway, now I want to share with you this thing. Tony Robbins. Most of you knows Anthony Robbins, okay? Because I've been doing self development for over 30 years now, since I started 30 years ago. I'm still doing it even now. Every morning when I wake up, the first hour I spend on self-development, okay? And I've been following Jim Rohn, Anthony Robbins, like all these gurus, whoever excites me in a particular morning. And for instance, Anthony Robbins says uh, his ritual is he spends the first 10 minutes of every day in this thing, okay? He spent the first 3 minutes thinking of 3 things uh, he wants to be grateful for, okay? So for instance, in my case, I wake up in the morning and those 3 things I'm grateful for is thank you, God, for my health. Thank you for my family. Thank you for the Kangen business, whatever. 3 things you're grateful for. Because what you're doing is you're setting up your mind for the whole day positively, okay? I mean, don't spend the first few minutes watching the news. All you're gonna see are bad news. You end up with the wrong start. So I watch my first hour. Okay. So the first 3 minutes, 3 things you are grateful for. The next 3 minutes, he spends connecting to God. He believes that, I mean, there's this power in the universe that we can connect to, that could lead us. In fact, one of the videos that I saw from him is he says his purpose in life is to know God. Anthony Robbins himself. I'm reading this book, Tools for Titans. Okay, and those are the billionaires and the super successful people interviewed and all together in one book today. Okay, it's like being in the shoulder of these great people and see how they think and how they work, and it's amazing. Many of them acknowledge that there's really this force, this power in the universe. We call God, different people call it differently. Like some people call it the universe, divine intelligence, infinite intelligence, from Think and Grow Rich. But there's this force in the universe that designed the universe that we can connect to. That if we are not connected, you're like a cell phone that have no charge. You got to connect. So the first 3 minutes, the 3 things you are grateful for. The next 3 minutes, he connects to God, and the next 3 minutes, he thinks of the 3 things he wants to accomplish during the day. The 3 things you want to accomplish during the day. So right in the morning, you're clear where your day is going. And I practiced that, and I actually end up with more than 3 of what I accomplished during the day, all the time. But I make sure I know how the day's gonna run and what I'm gonna accomplish by the end of the day. There was one billionaire who says from that Tools of Titan book, he said the first thing he does in the morning is clean up his bed. I've been doing that now too, even in the hotel room. I know the cleaning lady would clean the room, but no, I would clean up my bed in the hotel room. It takes 1 minute to do it because it clears your head. instead of like walking around in your bedroom with that messy bed, it messes up with your head. Okay, so have a clear mind. I do that now every day. even here in the house. And it's a good practice, okay? So those things, you direct your day, what you want your day to go. So our subconscious mind is like a genie. You see that movie Genie or Aladdin, where the genie comes out and you have three wishes. Okay, our subconscious mind is like that. If you know what to tell it, it will make it come true for you. Okay, and that's how our mind works. Okay, now for instance, if you say to yourself, "I want to increase my sales," you tell it to your subconscious. So your genie is your subconscious or your supercomputer in your head. You can program what you want it to do. So if you tell your genie or your subconscious, "I want to increase my sales," that's kind of like a weak command. It doesn't know what you really want, you know. If you're making 10 sales, it becomes 11. That's an increase already, and it's done. Okay, so that's not a good command to your subconscious or to your genie. If you say, "I want to increase my sales by 20%," for instance, 20% is like an incremental increase in your business. In fact, even if you don't shoot that for a goal, it probably will just happen if you're just doing your business. Okay, it's just an automatic thing. Now, if you say, "I want to double my sales," then that's different. Now your subconscious mind will start to think of different ways on how to double your sales. It might come up with great ideas on how to do that. But still, it's not good enough, because double your sales up to what? I mean, at what date? It might take 10 years to double it, you know, if you did not tell your subconscious mind how long it should take. Now, if you tell your subconscious mind, "I want to double my income or my sales by the end of 2017, that's a different story. So now your genie, your subconscious, have something to work on. It will work on doubling your sales by the end of 2017. For instance, in my case, like Rhonda, you said you could not catch up with me. I'm a 6'8", 11. Okay, I've been in the business 11 years now. It's almost like I'm developing one leg of successful group of 6As each year. I'm on my 11th year, and I'm a 6'8", 11. That's 5. So now I'm thinking, I mean, I have done this business for so long, I should be able to do faster than that now. So maybe I could go 6'8", 25 in another year. You know, I mean, I've been doing this like so good that like I think I can get like 12 more 6As next year. You know?
I believe it.
Okay, so now if I decide to do that, my subconscious mind starts to work on it. Okay, so depending on what you want to do, you should be able to do it yourself. Be clear on what you want to be at a particular date and how much you want to earn. Okay, for instance, like some people ask me, "Romy, you're earning so much. Why do you still work? Why do you still run around doing this business?" You know, and my answer is, I was asked that, I think in Las Vegas. Yeah, in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago. And my answer was, because I still have a purpose. Okay, I still have a purpose, and my purpose is no longer that I should make money so that I could enjoy my life. Because I would say with the money I'm earning now, I'm already enjoying. I don't need more houses. uh, um, we just bought a boat so I could go out into the ocean. Last uh, uh, weekend at the seminar in Newark. Okay, it was like a milestone month for me, because on the stage Ari gave me 2 checks, actually 4 checks, and I added it when I got home, and I'm telling you, this is not a recruitment same video anyway. This is a training thing, so I guess it's I could be able to say it, okay? But my check was $214,000.
Wow.
So why am I still working? Because I want that to be 500,000. Okay, why not?
Why not?
Okay, now I know when the money comes in, because you have to be clear when with what you want to do with your money when it comes. That's how the subconscious mind would work on it. Okay, some people would just say, "Oh, I want to be rich, or I want to make so much money, or I want to make this kind." They don't even know what to do with it if it comes. Okay, you have to be clear all the way where it will go, and with your purpose, because you're gonna keep on doing and working if you have a purpose. I want to build more churches. I want to help more people. You know, I want, like, I have that in my head. Okay, so be specific with your desire is very important. I mean, if Enagic is a game, at what level do you want to play it with? Do you want to play the Enagic game on the level of like small league or big league? Something like that.
Big league.
Big league. like I'm 6'8", 11 dash 5 right now. One of my downline, Cynthia Biganti. In fact, she was calling me before this webinar. I'm gonna call her after we speak. But Cynthia Briganti is a dash 6. She's one rank higher than me. Okay. So that's the big league. Dash 5, dash 6, dash 7, dash 8. I'm still shooting for that. Okay. So you have to decide how far you want to go, and be clear with that. Okay. Now, they say if all the money in the world will be divided equally between everybody, okay, it will be gathered together, divided equally between everybody. It's just a matter of time. The poor will become poor again, and the rich will become rich again. It will go back to the same hands. Okay, because riches and wealth is in the mind. Okay, we have seen, for instance, people who have won the lottery, or some professional athletes like boxers who have earned millions in a few minutes of boxing, and because they did not really have the $1 million mindset, it's just a matter of time. They lose the money all over again. Okay, that's how it is. They say it's not the $1 million you earn, it's what you have become in earning the million that's more important.
Yes.
Because what you have become stays with you, and you can repeat doing those millions all over again. Okay, so it's all mindset. You see, we have 24 offices around the world. This particular one was in Tokyo when I went to Tokyo. But in all these different offices, you see that the pictures of the top people in Enagic. Now in Tokyo, they have the picture of the top people around the world. Now some local offices just have the picture of the top people in their region. Okay, but I'm showing you this because, like what I mentioned, where the mindset of those people who are able to make millions of dollars, these people who are top in the Enagic business also have that kind of mindset, and that's what we want to learn. Now, they have an app. Let me just like make an analogy. They have an app in their head on how to be successful. Okay, and for some of you who could think that you could become like 6A, 6A2, dash 2, dash 3, dash 4, then that app is also inside of you. Okay, now, for instance, if you have an iPhone, you have a calculator, that calculator will calculate all kinds of computation that you wanted to do. Without that calculator app in the iPhone, you won't be able to do those calculations. Now it's the same thing. For instance, with Facebook, there's an app on my iPhone. With Facebook, you can connect. I just looked recently. There's 1.8 billion people on Facebook. Okay, that you can connect. Without that app, I mean, you're disconnected. Okay, so what I'm saying is inside our head, there's an app also that makes these top people in the company successful. There's an app. I'm just making an analogy. That app is called above average ability inside the head. Okay, and you can train yourself to have that. Okay, I mean, you cannot just upload it, but like I said, when I do my daily self-development ritual every morning, is because I want that app to be active, working. Okay, it kind of activate me every single morning. It enables me to tell you what I'm telling you right now. Okay, if I don't do that every morning, I'm gonna have nothing to say. But I'm excited because I'm excited from the morning till 8 o'clock till I sleep. Okay, now here's one secret: dream board. Okay, some people do not practice making a dream board because
It's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna continue for maybe another 5-10 minutes. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so dream board. This was taught. This being taught by many of the gurus, but not most people do that. But the reason why you might want to have a dream board is you make it clear to the whole universe what you really want. Okay, now we are all connected. Okay, and for instance, in my dream board years ago when I was young, you see here my two sons that are 6A now, they're 35. They're like, I think 8 or 9 year old here. But since then, many years ago, this was in the 90s, I already have my dream board where I know I want to make $1 million. Okay, that's how important intensifying your desire to succeed. Okay, in anything. Now, the house where I live now, years ago, this is the wall of my old house. And you can see here the second house. Okay, there are 3 houses here. The second house, the one in the middle, that's where I live today.
Wow.
And at the time I posted this thing on my wall, that was just a wild dream. I got a picture of like, printed this picture from the internet of 3 houses by the beach. I want a house by the beach. I want a house that's like millions of dollars. And it was just there, a wild dream. And today, that's where I live, that one in the middle. Finally, one time, my wife and I went to the house, spoke to the owner, made some negotiations, and it took a year, but we got it about 3 years ago.
Wow.
I mean, who would know? I probably would not have been here if I did not put it on my dream board. This is where we live now. And it's because of the dream board. Okay, so some people will say, you're crazy. It doesn't work like that. And then when it happens, they say, you got lucky. But I tell you, dream board works. Okay, what comes out of your mouth, okay, comes out from your heart. And you say it to the whole universe. Okay, your thoughts are real. Okay, this picture I'm showing you now, these are the neuron cells inside of you, inside your body. And there are trillions and trillions of neuron cells. Okay, and your ideas, your dreams, your hope, your goal have a physical existence. encrypted in the neural cells. They're electrical impulses. They're actually chemicals and digital electrical impulses inside there, inside of you. They're real, all these thoughts. Okay? That's why it works both ways. For instance, the only reality you have.
A lot of people.
I say again. Okay, the only reality. Can you hear me still? What happened?
Oh, wait. Yes, sorry, Romy. I muted myself.
Oh, okay.
We can hear you.
Okay, the only reality we have or you have is right here and now. Okay, your past is just a memory in your head. They're like electrical impulses. It's there. It's an encryption. It's like a memory on a hard disk. So you can delete what doesn't help you. Okay, and just keep the one that helps you. So your dreams are also electrical impulses. They're real. Okay, so those thoughts have to be emotionalized, and that's how it becomes real. Okay, for instance, give you an example. See young kids, they would be fighting and like crying, and the next thing you know, they're happy again, loving each other and playing together. Because what happens is they forgot that they were fighting. It got deleted right away from their head. Now, adults, when they fight, they hold on to the grave. It doesn't exist anymore. It's been like 5 years, 10 years, it's still there in their head.
Yeah.
That's why Jesus says, forgive, for your own sake.
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm saying is your ideas, your hopes, your dreams, they're all encrypted in your head. And you gotta make it clear. We're all connected in spirit. Sometimes you're thinking of somebody and then the phone is ringing because that person you're thinking of is calling you. Okay? When I pick up my phone and I call my mom in the Philippines, she would hear it. If she's in London, she would hear it. If she's in the moon, she would hear it. What I'm saying is what comes out of your mouth registers in the whole universe. I mean, you can hear me right now from where you are. My voice from Staten Island. Okay? So what you do is you choose your word, make sure what you say is what you really want. For instance, you never should say, I don't think anybody would buy this machine, it's so expensive. I don't think, when you say that, you just disconnect yourself from all the customers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you pick your word because your word creates your reality. Even in the Bible, it says in Genesis, God created the whole world, the whole universe by his word. Similarly, we create our future, our life with our word. So we should choose our word. Now, let me end with this. Remember Abraham? I lost Abraham's picture. Remember, God told Abraham, your descendants will be as many as the stars in the skies. Okay? You will be the father of many nations. And that was over 4,000 years ago. Today, there are 7-something billion people in the world. Half of those 7 billion people claim they are descendants from Abraham. The Jewish people, the Christian people, the Islam people, all of them claim Abraham as their grandfather. So what I'm saying is that's a lot of downlines. That's a lot of downlines.
Yeah.
So ask God, Lord, throw some along my way. Okay, so I'm gonna end with that. Okay, like I said, I will probably eventually develop. I've got probably 300 more slides in my PowerPoint. What I will do is I will make several videos. I would say into different modules. It will develop into a one whole day seminar. I'm actually doing it in different groups now around the world, starting last year. I just came from San Diego and I did it. There were over 400 people. I'm going on May 10th to New Orleans. Okay, so I will deliver this training, this long training. I'll probably do a 5-hour training there. I'm doing it also in the Carolinas with Sam Michael's group. Okay, and so follow me on Facebook, and I'll keep you updated with what's going on. Thank you.
Oh, Romy, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness. That is incredible, the size of your organization. I wrote that down when you were talking in the beginning. You said 11,000 out of the 16,000 machines sold last month were part of your organization, right?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Did I say 16? Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
That's just for us. I think that's a confidential information that Ari gave me.
Oh, well, that's, yeah. But we know, I mean, your organization makes up a big chunk of the whole Enagic.
He said 70% of the whole company.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That is incredible.
So I'm just watching the company grow, because as the company grows, my check grows too.
You couldn't possibly stop it now, Romy. Right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
when you started, how many did you say? What was the company selling every month?
Oh, when I started, we were very little. In the New York area, I just wanted to do my first 100 so I could become a 6A. And we're running out of machines in the New York area for my first 100. I have to call California and say, please send some machines to New York. I need to sell some more machines so I can become a 6A.
One thing, and before anybody logs off, I mean, this is an incredible opportunity to ask a question. Do you have time for questions, Romy?
Yes. Yeah, I'm free,
Oh, I mean, we are so blessed to have Romy here with us, so make sure you get your questions answered. While you're thinking of questions, one thing that I always tell people that you say, and maybe you could just touch on this for a couple minutes, is that we are sorters, not convincers.
Yes, I have learned that through the years that I'm not trying to. We're not in the business of convincing people. We are in the business of sorting them out. Who would be the buyer? And in my experience, there are so many people that we talk to, and we have not said much, and they already want to buy. Okay, so buyers are out there. They are just waiting. Who would tell them about the water? They're ready to buy. Okay, so people have like inside of them, they already have this idea about health, things like those. Now there are some people, you told them so many things and they still like don't want to buy. Okay, so it makes it a lot easier to do the business when you realize that you're not trying to convince people. You're just trying to give information, sort out who's gonna buy, and you can reach more people that way.
Yeah. What was the other? Oh, there was something else I wanted to mention. I'm drawing a blank. Bruce, do you have any questions? I'll think of it. We can't hear you, Bruce. Do I have you?
I think on mute. I see a cross on his microphone.
Oh, wait a minute. Unmute. Here we go.
Okay.
Bruce, I think we can hear you now. Do you have any questions for Romy? Oh, no.
I'm just teasing you. I was just teasing.
Oh.
I was just teasing. I was pulling one over on you there.
Okay. I think, okay.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I do have
I
one
don't have
question for you,
anything specific
for
that's,
this Ron. I have a
Ron's on the phone there. Um, I know there's like so many people out there, and I see it myself when I'm talking to different people. There's an endless supply of people out there, and it's really just a matter of trying to understand who is the potential buyer. And I think that's something that I'm continuously trying to figure out how to sort those people out. So if you have any particular tips on that, would be great to hear.
Okay. What I have learned through the years is you just consider everybody a potential buyer, everybody. You don't count anybody out. For instance, I just came from a vacation in the Philippines, okay, in a small island so far away from civilization, okay, because that's where my father was born. You're either a fish in that island called Mindoro, you're either a fisherman or a farmer, okay. And I went there last month because we had a family reunion, and I wanted to see my cousin who grew up when I was a little kid. His name is William, and he is still a farmer now. He went to college, but went back to the town and continued becoming a farmer. When we went there, we had lunch in his house, and while we were having lunch, we told stories, and I end up saying, yeah, I'm in the business of marketing this Kangen machine from Japan. And then he told me, oh, I have one in my kitchen. Could you imagine? So I went, and it's really there. way in the remote part of the Philippines. He has a SD501 in his kitchen. And then I asked William, I said, William, and he said his wife bought it. I said, William, do you know how much that machine is? It's 200,000 pesos. That's like the salary of a judge I know, for a whole year.
Wow.
In the Philippines,
That's crazy. We didn't buy it from you.
And now the farmers there are big time farmers now. It's not like when I was there, like when we were young, They got this huge land. But anyway, what I'm saying is I never would even thought that my cousin William, who is a farmer, would buy a machine. And then he said, somebody came here and do a demonstration, 2 ladies, and my wife wanted it and she bought, because my wife said it's good for our health. Could you imagine that? Said my sister bought 2.
Wow.
Everybody will buy this machine. I was when I was starting 11 years ago here in New York City. There's one guy who lived in an apartment building, and he said he invited me to his house, to his apartment. I went in there. It was empty. There's nothing much in his apartment except a couch and one television, and he said, I don't have much, but this machine is important to me, he said, for my health. I'm telling you.
Wow.
I went to a house in here in Staten Island who answered from an ad that I put on a church bulletin. I went there. This old guy is in his bathrobe. we went to his kitchen. He's got some Chinese food that he ordered. He doesn't even cook in the house. There was nothing in his kitchen. He orders Chinese food outside, and eat from that container, and I explained about the machine. I asked him if he wants to do a demonstration. He said no. He said he read the information that I sent him. I sent him some brochures, and he said he just want to buy. And I told him, okay, it's SD501, $4,000. He went upstairs and took his American Express card and paid in full. You never know who's gonna buy.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow, that's great.
I was in Los Angeles. I'm going to San Francisco, and somebody referred me to a guy who lives in between LA and San Francisco, and I told my wife, okay, because he spoke to him, and this guy doesn't want to listen. But my wife said, okay, we're on our way anywhere. We're gonna drop you some water. He's a referral, and we went there. So I told my wife, okay, let's do this demo quick because the sun is getting down. I want to arrive in San Francisco before the sun goes down, and we'll do the demo quick. So I did it fast. And then I told the guy, okay, when you're ready, and the guys have a friend that was there, a lady. So after I did my demo, I gave him the forms, and I said, if you're interested, you call us, you call me. And the guy said, let me fill it up now. And the two of them bought.
Wow. How about closing the deal, Romy?
Okay, me personally, I'm a bad closer. Like I feel like I don't like to sound like a salesman pushing the sale, you know. But like I said, if they're buying, they're buying. They buy. Now I know some people you could. I learned in sales training that your job as a salesman is you're a mind maker upper. You make up their mind for them. Okay, so you could do better. But me personally, I try not to sound like a salesman. But you know, I have a way of making them want to buy.
I
Now,
believe that.
I've seen Cynthia. Cynthia is different. He gives them like we did a demonstration on 3 couples and at a restaurant. And after she talked to them, she pulled out 3 application form, put it in front of them right in the restaurant while we're having dinner. So here, sign them up. That's her closing. It's called assume the sale.
Yeah.
So they were looking at the paper, and the restaurant closed. It was like, I think, 10 o'clock at night. We went out of the parking lot. They were signing the application form at the hood of her car.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I know what I wanted to ask you, Romy. Do you, to this day, when you do a demo, do you still, I remember when I first heard you, that all you used for the most part was the pH drops.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I do.
Yeah.
I don't use the ORP tester. I don't use like tomatoes and things like those. But I showed them from my laptop the slides.
The
that
slides.
shows it, you know.
But the actual demo, you keep.
The actual demo, I don't do it.
Yeah.
I became a 6A just doing the pH test. Okay. So it's different with everybody.
But I'm sure keeping it simple has helped the duplication.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
just think about how many extra people you were able to share with because you kept it so simple.
Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I'm busy doing all this complicated stuff, and I'm burnt out by the time I get done. You probably did 10 demos by the time I did one.
Yeah, I want to keep it short also. Now,
Yeah,
there are
we're
different,
figuring that out.
there are different approaches. If I went farther with my training, I talk about you have to be aware that there are people who will join because of the business, not because of the water. There's a lot of people like that. Like I myself, I wasn't interested really in the water when I started. I joined because I was brought to the event and I saw the checks. I saw the business part of it. So there are people in Asia, they're very strong at finding people who wants to do the business. You know, in Asia, like some of them start with the business first. After they explain the business how they can make money, the customer would say, "Okay, so what are we going to sell?" You know, They're already convinced they want to join. You know, what are we gonna sell?
Oh my goodness. Is that a different, like, I really don't know much about Asia, but are there not many opportunities, or what is it? Why do you think that is?
Okay, countries, for instance, like Singapore and Malaysia, like network marketing is a big industry. Everybody's in some kind of company, you know. So it's a normal thing to them. You talk to a taxi driver, the taxi driver is a networker. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So when they see our compensation plan, that's what gets them excited then.
Oh yes, yes. Like even in the Philippines, I know that see all over Asia, the average income is between $10 to $15 per day
Wow.
of majority of people. Actually, I read an statistics where in the whole world, if you are earning $60,000 a year, you're on the top 1% of the world population. And they're all here in America.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I mean, there's 7 billion people on planet Earth. There are only, I think, 300 million in America. Okay, but the country of Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, except Singapore. Okay, Philippines, everybody's earning $10 to $15 per hour. I mean, per day.
Per day.
So for them to make money on one sale, that's a whole lot of money for them.
Yeah.
And their mind is, we don't have to go to America to make this kind of money. We could do it right here in our country.
And they're still finding people that are buying the machine.
Oh yeah, because anywhere in the world you're gonna see beautiful houses. I mean, there's a portion of society that can afford it.
Right.
Everywhere. They buy nice cars. Even in the Philippines.
Wow. Ron Villanueva, did you have anything you want to add? I don't know if
Actually,
Lisa's.
yes, I did. So we have a new team member.
We can't see you, Ron.
Oh, sorry.
There you are.
I was on the video with blind. Sorry. So I actually have a new team member on here tonight. His name is Oscar, directly under Michelle Marks. And Guya, just wondering if maybe if you could provide him, besides of the great training right now, if you could give him like a really good tip to springboard his business.
Okay. Again, I always go back to mindset. Okay. Of course, you need to have the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, which is prospecting. Number one. Number two is doing the demo. Number three is being able to recruit by telling stories. Number four is by motivating your group once they're motivated. But I would say what keep somebody from really going all the way and succeeding is the mindset. And the way I do it to myself is my self-development. I put myself on a self-development program. Okay. What I do is I have two apps on my iPad. One is Kindle.com. The other one is Audible.com. And today, every day, I continue to read. I continue to listen. Okay. If I were to suggest one to download and listen on Audible, okay, audible.com. What I do is I buy a package of, say, 20 credits, like that's actually 20 books, about $10 or $11 per book, okay? The best investment you can have is an investment in yourself. Okay, so the one that I'm listening to right now is I don't have my iPad here. You're you're badass at making money. That's the title of the book. It's a bestseller. I'm telling you. It's a 6-hour listening. I have listened to it. It's perfect because this is about a lady who have a negative mind. In fact, she said a long time ago she saw this book. The something like the secret of making money, something like that. But she doesn't want to read it. But then she's 40 years old and she's living miserably. She's having odd jobs and she's broke. And finally, she started to read it. I remember Judy Abalahon read that book. She shared it. I forgot. But anyway, so you are badass at making money. It shows you how she changed her mindset and she became wealthy. She's rich now. Okay. So for instance, there are things called focus. You should be able to focus every single day on what you really want, because you could really lose it right away. For most people, life just happens to them. You know, you have to make life happen for you. You decide. You will it. You choose. You choose what you think.
It's 10:30.
Okay. Because I could tell all the secrets of how to be successful in magic, like the how-to of how to do it, but without that strong desire to succeed, all those how-to doesn't mean anything.
I think we just got a bunch of golden nuggets.
I'll say.
Wow. Wow.
It's not the how-to, it's actually the why.
Yeah.
Why is it that you want to succeed so bad?
Yeah.
Without the why, all the how-tos doesn't mean anything.
You know what, Romy? Am I muted? No. The other day, Ron and I were talking. I have to do an interview with Ron because he's always like behind the scenes, but just like out of the blue, we were talking about someone that's kind of been struggling, and he said, you know, to be successful in Enagic, you only need 3 things. You need a big mouth, a big Y, and a bottle of pH drops.
That's true. You nailed it.
That's what I thought. I said, why are you always behind the scenes? You know, that was, I thought it was brilliant. So, and that's what you just said. It's the big why. I mean, that's what gets you out of bed in the morning and keeps you going no matter how many people say no. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
A big mouth, a big Y, and pH.
A big Y. A big Y.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that was awesome. Yes, a lot of golden nuggets. What was the other one you said besides audible.com?
A Kindle. Kindle, KINDLE.com.
.com.
That's books. That's what you read because like if I like the audio so much, sometimes I buy the written book also so I could read it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But most of the time I just like to listen.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's perfect there's so many people I find that don't like to read.
Yeah.
So the Audible, I love to read, and I still like to have an actual book in my hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Lisa, you've been so quiet. Do you want to say anything?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Lisa.
How are you?
I'm good.
It's funny because of the various presentations that Romy has done, live or not even live just through webinars, we've always learned bits and pieces of golden nuggets, even when they're not part of his training. So, you know, he shares his daily routine with us, right? And about like starting each morning with the attitude of gratitude and then the meditation and prayers. Like that's something that we learned from him. So that's something that we're trying to do every day. Just having that, you know, time for ourselves in the morning, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's very important because that really sets the tone for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But then also the other thing that we learned is that, you know, and you, Romy, I don't know if you remember this, but one of the events here in Chicago, you were talking about Dr. Rose being at a celebration with the sister, and
Yes.
she was at a casino. And you made a statement that you don't gamble because the money that is given to us, you know, to you, that's not really our money. It's just God is loaning it to us to help other people.
Yes. Yes.
That was very, very inspiring to us. And that makes me want to make even more money to help people.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
even when the training is not really part of the training or the things that
Or
you say,
non-enagic related.
yeah, it's not enagic related, but the emphasis on how we think for ourselves and our mindset is so critical to the success
Yeah.
in enagic, but really in anything that we're doing.
In life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it just sounds like or looks like it's not related, but everything is related. Like we just have one life, and even the whole universe, the way it works is there's this like one goodness, you know. Like when Jesus says the kingdom of God is within you, I'm telling you that's like loaded.
Yeah.
That's where your success would come from. If you know what's inside of you. We have an inner life and we have an outer life. Okay? And the outer life comes from how we are in our inner life. Like all those dreams and goals and purpose and desires that we want for ourselves is inside of us. What happens is a lot of people forgot to really structure that inner life. You know, that everything that will happen out there starts from within first. You know, until you design it from within, it will not happen in the outside.
Yeah. So
For
it
instance,
really,
Jesus said, whatsoever things are, the Bible says, whatsoever things are true, good, beautiful, of good report, have your mind stayed on these things. See, it might sound like it's a spiritual thing to always think good, but if you think bad, your energy is getting dissipated. If you get angry, if you get jealous, if you do something to somebody, if you don't forgive, your energy is scattered. You cannot focus on what you want to do, on what you want to achieve. You always have to be positive. So don't watch negative news. And don't let your mind stay on anything negative. You're losing out your energy. You only have enough energy to use.
yeah, you know, when I start to feel down or negative about something, I just always think about like, okay, I woke up in a warm house in a nice, comfortable bed, you know, and I have my health and I have my vision and I have, you know, my family. Like I have such a good life compared to so many people out there. So just taking that into perspective, you know, and when you're down or something, then it really helps to change my attitude that, you know, I should really be very grateful for what every little thing I have, even like the warm water when I take a shower or, you know, running water or something. Like people don't have those, a lot of people don't have those things that we take for granted every day. So being thankful for even the littlest things in life kind of helps to create that positive attitude too.
Yes. I'm just seeing, oh, grace in nature.
Yes.
Remember what I said about that? Nature is everything you can develop inside of you. Grace is, in theology, it's called undeserved favor. Sometimes we call it like good luck or synchronicity or good things happening to us. You know?
Mhm.
So if your mind is positive, you attract those. That's how the universe works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of like I remember an example of I think it's in the movie or the book, The Secret Law of Attraction,
Yes.
where the waiter is so not happy, and he's right away his disposition and his attitude towards the client or the customers, he's just not happy. So of
Mm-hmm.
course he's gonna get like a small amount of tip.
Yes.
But comparing that to a waiter, for example, who's just jovial and very happy and friendly, so the customer, of course, is going to give a lot of tip. So like you
Yes.
said, it's that positive attitude versus a negative attitude. You're just going to attract more and more of the good things when you have
Mm-hmm.
that positive attitude. People will want to be around you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So,
I love what Joyce Myers says, and that's pretty much what you said, Romy, where the mind goes, the man follows.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. The mind actually influences the body. At the same time, the body also influences the mind. So you can learn how to make those two benefits you.
Yeah, work together.
Yeah. For instance, you cannot have a smile and be sad. You know? when your face becomes like this, you become happy inside too.
Oh, that's true. It's hard to be sad when you're laughing. Yeah. Oh, you are so full of joy, Romy, and just
Yeah.
a blessing to so many people. I
Thank
saw
you.
way up here somebody said, I think that was Ron, said, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Well, that's for sure. Oh,
Thank you.
oh,
Thank you.
yeah, I mean that, Romy. You've set such an example, I think, of how, we are blessed to be a blessing. And
Yes.
we don't want to be hoarders. We want to be a channel for those blessings, for God's blessings, and be able to, I mean, it's phenomenal, all the things, all the lives you're impacting with the churches, with all the family members that are having the opportunity to go to college that otherwise wouldn't. I mean, that's just going to have such a ripple effect on so many people.
Yeah. Let me just share with you something. I just told my wife last night because the previous month, okay, I know this priest for a long time, and this priest is like he's like Mother Teresa, okay, in the Philippines, a Filipino priest, and he lives 100% just by God's grace, like a bird. And he has 40 seminarians that he's training. He had to send them all to school with his own money, feed them food with his own money, put them in a house with his own money and a church. He has no job. He just depends on what people gives him.
Wow.
And he has told me how sometimes they have no food anymore. He doesn't know where to get the money to feed this all these people. You know? These 40 people that he's like keeping, and he's gonna lose the house where they're staying, and he would just pray, you know, and people would come, and this load of truck of food would come, you know, and I've known him for 20 years, this priest. So I have not seen him for a long time. He bought a machine. I think he bought a machine, or my friend gave him a machine 10 years ago. Okay, so I have not seen him in 10 years. He's in his 80s now. His name is Father Polinar. I thought I would see an older man after 10 years of not seeing him. And I met him last month. He's still the same as from 10 years ago when he was 70s, you know. Normally from 70 to 80, you see a big difference.
Yeah.
A big change in a human being. But he's not. He's young, he's smiling, he's happy. He tells me the stories again. And I end up, okay, pledging to support his activity. In the Philippines, it's 100,000 pesos every month, okay? That's 2,000 in US dollars, okay? But in the Philippines, that's a lot of help already, okay?
Wow.
And I remember when I told that to my wife, I'll never forget what she said. She said, Romy, that's kind of like a big commitment, you know, because we're helping a lot of people already. But I said, don't worry about it. Anyway, this month, our check went up. And I told my wife, I said, see?
You can't outgive God, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
our check went up. Over 200 something thousand dollars.
Tenfold.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you made more room for more blessings.
Yes.
You emptied your
And I learned the only thing I learned from a long time ago, the only thing you keep is the money you give away. I tell you, that's very true. Because all the money we spend on, say, vacations and this and that, afterwards, like, it's gone. You spend in the restaurant on a good meal, you know. But the money that I've been giving away and see people's lives are changing because of it, it stays with you. You want to do more of it. You want to do more of it. And that's my purpose. That's my goal. That's why I'm still working. You know?
Do you have a goal to build more churches too?
Huh?
Do you have a goal to build more churches?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow. How exciting. Oh, well, Romy, thank you so much. You have really been a blessing, and I'm thankful for the time that you've spent with us. Does anybody have anything else? I don't want to keep you too much longer. I think we lost our people from Bermuda. They're an hour ahead of us.
Okay.
So I guess it's going on midnight there, but
Okay.
thank you. Does anybody else want to say anything before we go?
I just want to say thank you. That was great. I have my seatbelt buckled, and I don't know if I'm ready to unbuckle yet, but that was great.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
It's very good. Thank you so much.
Oh, wait, are you guys?
You're welcome. Huh?
sorry. I also want to say thank you for the powerful messages that you always, you have no idea how impactful
You're welcome.
they are.
You're breaking up a little
Not
bit.
just on the eNagic business, in our lives, like every aspect of our, because I think our internet is not good here.
No.
So I was just saying, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I hear you. Yes, I hear you. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was just saying how grateful we are because of the training that Kuya Romy provides. It's not just helpful on the eNagic business, but also in all aspects of our lives. So very, very special information that impacted us, in such huge ways. So thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, I think lastly, eventually, our goal actually is to get to the point where our life is already on the contribution mode, it's not anymore we're trying to work so we could gain more, but we're working because we want to contribute more. We reached that stage. It feels so good. Like I was just watching a video this morning, a guy named John Asaraf,
Yeah.
and he said, my goal is to reach 1 billion people, okay? Not directly, but through the people I touch and through the people I teach.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
That should be our goal.
That's powerful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like I want to reach 1 billion people through the people I teach and through the people I help, because what I taught them will spread to other people.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing, Romy.
Yes, thank you.
It's going to have that same ripple effect because you're traveling all over the place now. It's hard to keep up with where you are next. I get on Facebook and all of a sudden you're somewhere else.
Yeah. I'm booked all the way to April.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody tried to contact me today. Can I book you for July 7th next year
July.
of 2018?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's good to be a man.
I say it depends because now Mr. Oshiro wants me to attend to at least 5 6A global meetings a year, or 6 global meetings.
Wow.
There will be global 6A meetings every other month.
Wow.
So that will be 6 in 1 year in
And
different parts of the world.
Oh,
Where 6A.
So you're going to Tokyo then, huh?
I say again.
So Korea, you'll be going to, is it Korea is going to have their first one, right?
No, the first one will be in Hong Kong, May 24th.
Oh.
I'll be there.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna be there May 24th in Hong Kong. So I don't know where the next one. I have a schedule of the different ones.
Wow.
you can't look
Anything
too far
major?
ahead.
Yeah. Anything major globally within eNagic that is happening that we should be excited about already, besides the fact that we're really starting at the momentum phase? Anything else going on?
All I know is the compensation plan is getting better and better. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that what you're feeling, Romy, that we're in the beginning of momentum?
Yeah, I would say from my going around different places, I could feel the energy of the different groups.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every group is high
Yeah.
in different places.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And we are having more and more committed leaders in different places and in more places now. I'm telling you, we're going to reach the 20,000 units a month soon, and we're going to go farther away from that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Mr. Oshiro will raise the goal again. I could see it.
Very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Oh,
Mhm.
that is exciting. Well, thank you so much, Romy. I hate to say goodnight because this has been so much fun, and I love when we hang out together, but I guess we have to at some point. So
Yes.
thank you again so much for Ron and Lisa and Bruce for staying with us right up until the very end. And thank you so much again, Romy. We love you, and we really appreciate your help and your always pouring into our lives, and everything that you pour into us, then we turn around and can pour into others. And so it's very exciting. So
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And I'll go ahead and end.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Yes, thank you, Rhonda.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Rhonda.
Good night now.
Love
Bye.
you guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.